today we will be transforming regular boring boxed cake mix into delicious, amazing recipes using simple ingredients and simple steps. This will be a lot of fun. Let's go get started. To kick us off today, we are making this apple dump cake. So to begin, I have a 9x13 baking dish right here. I'm spraying it with plenty of nonstick spray. And now I have my 2 cans of apple pie filling. I'm adding both of those cans to the bottom of my baking dish. And I do want to let you know, if you don't want to use apple pie filling, you could use blueberry pie filling, cherry pie filling, really any type of pie filling that you love. Next, you're going to sprinkle some cinnamon on top of those apples just for added flavor. Now I have my box of yellow cake mix right here. I'm sprinkling it over the top of the cinnamon. Then I kind of tried to spread that box of cake mix out evenly. Now I'm going to be placing 1 cup of butter that I sliced on top of the cake mix. Bake this in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 45 to 50 minutes. Let me tell you, oh man, this apple dump cake is out of this world good. It has such wonderful flavor, and I love how it has simple ingredients, and you just throw everything into your one pan, so it's very low mess. We like to top ours with ice cream and caramel sauce. Now we're making these beautiful monster cookies. So to begin, I have a medium-sized bowl right here. I just added in 1 box of yellow cake mix. Then I added in half a cup of brown sugar, followed by half a cup of peanut butter. Then I'm going to add in 1 egg and 1.5 sticks of softened butter. To soften my butter, I typically just put it in the microwave for a little bit. And then add in 3 tablespoons of water and give this a really good mix. This is my favorite part. We're going to add in the add-ins now. So first we're going to toss in 2 cups of quick oats, along with half a cup of mini chocolate chips, and then half a cup of mini M&Ms. I'm kind of doing the Christmas themed M&Ms. And then give this a stir. I do want to let you know, you could really add in any add-ins that you enjoy. You know, you could add in peanuts if you'd like, really anything. But I got out my sheet pan, I lined it with parchment paper. Now I'm placing scoops of the cookie dough onto my sheet pan. This will bake in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 12 to 13 minutes. These monster cookies are the most magical cookies. They're soft and fluffy on the inside, but kind of crispy on the outside. I really definitely suggest you trying this recipe, and you could hardly tell that you used a box of cake mix to make this recipe super short and easy. Now we're making these caramel bars, and they're so perfect for this time of year. To this big bowl, I'm going to add in 1 box of yellow cake mix. Next, add in 6 tablespoons of softened butter, along with 1 egg, and I didn't film me adding this in, but I also added in about 2 tablespoons of water. I mixed this all together, and the texture should be kind of crumbly, so don't worry if yours is super crumbly. That's how it should be. I'm going to remove about 1/3 cup of this mixture right now and save it for later. I pulled out my 8x8 baking dish and I sprayed it with nonstick spray. I'm going to add the remaining crumble in there, and I'm kind of pressing it down. This will bake in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 11 minutes. While this is baking away, we're going to start on the caramel. So to this microwave safe bowl, I added 11 ounces of caramel bites candies, along with about 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. I microwaved this for 30 seconds at a time until the caramel melted. Now that this is out of the oven and the edges are slightly golden brown, I'm going to pour the caramel sauce that we made up all over the top, and I'm going to spread it out as even as possible. Of course, caramel's a little bit sticky, so it might be tricky to spread out, but trust me, it'll eventually get even. And I kind of wanted to make this a salted caramel, so I sprinkled a little bit of salt all over the top of the caramel. The last thing I did was sprinkle the reserved cake mix mixture all over the top. I baked this for an additional 13 minutes in the oven, and once out of the oven, I let these bars cool down completely before I cut these bars into bars. If you're a big caramel fan like I am, you will absolutely love these bars. Since we did use a box of cake mix, they are slightly crumbly, which I like, and that caramel tastes so delicious. This is a wonderful treat. Now we're making this honey bun cake, and it might not look like much, but oh boy, you are in for a treat. To this bowl, I added 1 box of white cake mix. Next, you'll add in a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil along with 4 eggs. The last thing you're going to add in is 1 cup of sour cream. The sour cream is kind of like a secret ingredient in a way. That is really what makes this cake. Mix these ingredients all together. I'll set this to the side. We're going to work on the cinnamon swirl that goes inside the cake now. So to this bowl, I added 1 cup of brown sugar along with a tablespoon of cinnamon. I mixed these 2 ingredients together. I have my 9x13 baking dish right here that I sprayed with nonstick spray. Add about half of that cake mixture to the bottom of that baking dish and spread it out as even as possible. Over that cake layer, you're going to add all of that brown sugar mixture that we just made up. Sprinkle that brown sugar mixture around and, spread it out. The last thing you're going to do is pour the remaining cake mixture over the top of the brown sugar layer. Spread that remaining cake mixture out and bake this in a preheated oven to 325 degrees for about 35 minutes. Well, we have the cake in the oven baking away. I'm going to start on the glaze now for on top. To this bowl, I added in 2 cups of powdered sugar, 1/4 cup of milk, and a dash of vanilla extract. I gave this a whisk until everything was incorporated and it turned into a glaze like this. But now that our cake is out of the oven and it is still super hot, I'm going to pour the glaze on top, and then I kind of spread that glaze out so it was covering every inch of the cake. And I do want to let you know, we like to eat this cake most once it has cooled down for about 20 to 30 minutes. So not when it's super duper hot, just, slightly cooled down. But here's the finished product. I know this is a bold statement, but this has to be one of my all-time favorite cakes ever. It has a super bold cinnamon roll flavor about it. It is out of this world. And my little toddler was convinced it was her half birthday on that day, so it was kind of funny. Now we're making this unique party dip, so to get this one started, I have a box of white cake mix right here. I'm going to add it to a microwave-safe bowl, and we're going to microwave it for about a minute or until it reaches 160 degrees. The reason why we're doing this is sometimes flour can contain some bacteria, and just in case it does contain bacteria, we're just killing the bacteria. But once the flour has completely cooled down, we're going to add it into a large bowl. You're also going to add in 8 ounces of softened cream cheese along with a container of Cool Whip. Just mix these ingredients all together. After a few minutes of mixing, your dip should look something like this. Now we're going to add in the last couple ingredients. So the first thing you'll add in is your milk. Add in about 2/3 cup of that milk, and then add in your extract. So I'm using peppermint extract today because that's what we're feeling. I just added in a teaspoon of that, but you could add in vanilla extract or really any extract that you enjoy. I gave this a really good mix to combine the ingredients. Now I'm going to add our dip into a pretty bowl to serve it up. After I added that into the bowl, you could keep this in your refrigerator if you're not serving it immediately. But since we did eat ours immediately, I just sprinkled the top of ours with some pretty sprinkles. This dip has the most perfect cake batter / pepperminty taste about it. It is so good. My family really loves it. And then you could serve it with pretzels, you could serve it with apple slices, strawberries, graham crackers, anything you could imagine you could serve with this dip. It is impressive. I have plenty more videos like this on my channel, and you don't want to miss out on the next one, so make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.